Sunday night reflection time over the week. If you're new to this, business model is buying businesses. We're gonna buy businesses for 3 times multiple, and we're gonna create a portfolio. And as the portfolio gets bigger, the multiples are gonna increase. So we're gonna sell the portfolio for 6, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 times multiple, depending on how big the company becomes. So, man, over this next week, I want to knock out. I need to do some more interviews for offense. I got 2 people today that they bit the hook, as in they messaged me back from my cold outreach. They seemed interested. I gave them some times and they haven't got back to me, but it's probably because it's late right now. So I'll probably hear from them tomorrow. I'm starting to like the videos when I have some music in the back. Just like an instrumental, nothing like crazy. But today, guys, I had to deal with a lot of stuff when it came to the court. And I had to deal with some family stuff too. So my morning time was really dealing with that. And even nighttime too. I can't talk too much about it. So, some thoughts run through my head about it. So, as far as defense, today I created 3 posts on freelance websites like Fiverr and another 2 websites. But I made posts on each website, 3 on Fiverr alone. And they have to do with Google Ads and YouTube ads. So we'll see where that goes. Put up some examples. I had to make like a example video because I'm offering to make the video and then also like manage and create a campaign for them, like a whole package. We'll see how that goes. I've never made money on Fiverr before. I don't really know how that goes. I know it's a valuable skill to do YouTube ads. There's not that many people that actually do it. Man, I'm just thinking about this next week. I'm a bit tired right now. Right now it's 1:20. I'm thinking about the boxing. I think I'm gonna do boxing every day this week. Probably every single day. Guys, December's gonna fly by. It is. It's gonna fly by. Because I'm thinking about different events I have this month. It's like, you know, when you look forward to an event and you kind of just like autopilot your way there? It's like, damn, like the year's gone just like that. Man. I need my offense to work better. I need this week, I need to do at least 1,000 cold emails. And speaking of the accountants I've been reaching out to, I stopped reaching out to retired accountants and I started reaching out to people who are still, you know, on work duty. They're still in the marketplace working. And those people seem to be responding faster. You know, I had 2 people respond today, which is more than usual, which kind of sucks. Numbers suck for some reason. I don't know why. I know the accounting side is just harder. Another thing that happened, I joined a group that does M&A. They're mostly Australians. And I don't know why, but the Aussies, I always see the Aussies, like they're always so intrigued by like side hustles. It's not the first time I see that. I've seen it in different industries. When I used to do YouTube ads, a lot of the people I interacted with were Aussies, which is interesting. I'm gonna do, I don't know if it's kind of like an interview or like podcast, live stream-ish sort of deal. But since I joined the group, they're gonna make me do a live stream tomorrow. That'll be interesting. That's also gonna affect with my timing with boxing. So I might have to stop boxing in the middle and might have to stop boxing early actually. I'm looking forward to Tuesday though. Spar. Tuesday and Thursday, gotta go sparring. I might come to the camera with a black eye. But I don't wanna make you guys feel like I'm filling up the time here. I saw someone's comment. Someone wanted me to address something. Let me pull it up real quick. Okay. We got Nooni Abidness 6820. He or she said, please explain the 3 types of raising money for deals in depth. And I saw someone else say, what do you do after you buy the business? Like, how does it grow after that? So when you buy the businesses, and I mentioned this at the beginning of every video, but I don't know why it's not like, maybe it's not clear when I explain it. When you buy a business, it makes $1 million a year profit, as an example. And the valuation of the business is only 3 times the profit. So you have to buy it for $3 million. That's how much it's worth. But when you buy, let's just use an example. Let's say 10 of those businesses, like million. Now you have a portfolio. You have a corporation that makes 10 million in profit every year. What's the valuation of that business? It's not times 3. It's not going to be 30 million. It's going to be times 10. Depending on what kind of sector you're in or what kind of industry you're in specifically, the multiples differ. But what people don't understand is that the banks loan individually to each deal separately. I think the way people think of it is kind of like a mortgage. Like if I have one mortgage and I try to get a second mortgage, the bank's gonna look at me and say, oh, you already have one mortgage, you can't take care of another one. But that's not how banks look at businesses. It's not directly proportional to the idea of a mortgage. It's not the same. You see, they don't look at your credit when they buy the business. Maybe the first one, but mostly when you're buying a business, they look at how good of a business this is, how good of a management team there is, and then how good of an industry it is. They look at like these 3 factors, and if it's making enough profit to cover the debt service, you know, they'll give you a loan. They don't look at your credit, because no matter how much you're slaving away, right, you're never going to be able to pay back that loan. So they're not going to rely on you to pay back the loan. They're going to rely on the business, the sector, and the industry as a whole to pay back the loan. It's not just you. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. Explain the 3 ways of raising capital. Raising capital, 3 ways. We're going to be using commercial debt, seller finance, and third-party investors. So commercial debt, we're going to be targeting SBA loans. I already have some connections with SBA lenders, but I need to have an LOI put in place first. So SBA loans are very attractive to people like me and beginners because the loan is backed by the US government. So if a bank gives me $1 million as a loan and I just like lose the million, like thin air, let's just say I put it down a toilet or something, the bank's going to turn to the government and say, you guys back this loan. Sometimes it depends on the timing of whenever you get this loan. Sometimes the government backs it up 90%. Sometimes it backs 80 to 60 to 50% of the loan. I believe right now it's 70s, in the 70s. So if they give me, if the bank gives me $1 million, 75%, I believe it's 75% of the million is going to be backed up by the government if I lose it. So the only risk the bank is taking is 25% of the loan. And then that's when they might ask you to come up with some capital of your own, some down payment. And if I don't have money for a down payment, there's two options, right? I could either turn to the seller and tell the seller, hey, look, your business is worth $1 million, but I only want to buy 75% of your business. I don't want to buy 100% of your business. I want 75% of the equity in the voting rights, etc. I want 75% of your business, and then I want you to keep 25%. And I go to the bank, and some banks, depending on how good of a deal it is and the kind of relationship you have and how much they like you and the team, they might consider that 25% equity of the seller as a down payment for you. So you get the business for $0 out of your own money. And the third option, third-party investors. So there's a lot of people out there that have money in their banks and they don't, they believe in investing, but they don't have an option for a good investment. You see these LBOs that I'm doing, the leverage buyouts, these kind of deals are only predicated and reserved for qualified investors. Not qualified, what do they call it? What's the word? You have to be a qualified investor, as in like there's different qualifications depending on the firm you're looking at. Sometimes they say like you need to have $1 million net worth before you can invest in our deals. You need to have $200K a year plus $1 million net worth. Like it's very hard to access these kind of deals because they have, a very great preferred rate of return. A lot of people are investing in the stock market, but there's deals out there that could do better. Owning a piece of a business, guys, is what controls the world, really. America is run on corporations, not the government. Corporations are very important. So imagine if you own percentages of these corporations. Basically, people who want to invest, they could contribute to a down payment as well, and they'll get a piece of equity in the subsidiary. So they're only going to get a piece of equity in that one deal I do, not in like the holding company, because the holding company is going to buy a bunch of deals. So if I get a down payment amount, I'll give an equity percentage in the business I buy, not in like the whole holding company. I hope that makes sense. But what did I do today? I did offense, I did defense, I did the gigs. I also I made some TikTok accounts and I determined which product I want to sell on TikTok. I'm gonna do it first before I talk about it. I think it sounds dumb if I just say it, but I made like 7 videos today, and then my phone ran out of storage, so that's something I'll probably have to do before I sleep. But I'll probably do it tomorrow in the morning. I have to free up some storage so I can make more videos. Another thing I was thinking about was making the vlogs. Tomorrow I might make a vlog. But I'm always worried about if I have enough content for the vlog. I think I would have too much content. Like definitely over 10 minutes, but I would want it to be like 40 minutes. So we'll see. Peace.